All right, welcome everyone. Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Hell's Paradise, Season 1, Episode 2.
We're going to Edo.
Yeah.
Not straight to the island, because we've got some things to do before we go there.
Maybe build a team of other, sentenced to death people that now have their singular chance at escaping a free life.
I think what also this is going to be is that, hey, you're a great candidate. You want to do this, that's great. But let's see if you're actually like someone we want on a team, or if we send by themselves. And
are you going to be the canary that the teams follow behind?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's the actual way in which you're the most useful? Because we still want to successfully get this elixir of life. Right. But every expedition thus far has kind of failed, and potentially what's even more nightmarish is that the people that we sent as expeditioners might now be problems we have to deal with in, the underworld, the scary place and all that, where they turned into flowers.
What I want to know, though, is our badass, super cool swords lady going to be going with us? Because I could totally see her
100% she will.
I think she has a very good reason to not in world, right? Because it's she's going to go around and find more people to send.
No, I think what's going to be is that she's like, no, I think this guy's our best shot, and I am also someone who's great at documenting things.
Sure.
If we have an expedition, no, you're thinking the wrong way here. I think she's going to document the info actually of the island, so that if we get a successful expedition, we can actually come back with useful data to then tell everybody else.
I will take Expedition 33 over to the place, and then I will...
For those that come after. Exactly.
Right.
Gavimara's like, but I'm him. Like, there will be no one that comes after.
I've got the white hair.
I've got the white hair. I'm the protagonist of this story. Yeah, sure.
Right.
Baby boy. Just keep slaughtering monsters and whatever else comes our way, and we'll be just fine.
Wouldn't it be funny if he was kind of the only, young person on the crew, because all of the other people that are going are, grown-ass adults that have spent a lot of time getting their death sentence, and so now he's just like...
They're like, who's this lost child?
Right. Yeah. Did you lose your mother?
Yeah. I would love that, because then we could get the more charismatic older character that's our actual expedition leader.
There we go.
Yeah. And that could be a whole fun thing there. But y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Just another execution you remember? Oh, wow.
That way the story would never be finished. He'd leave the Lord with a perpetual cliffhanger. Clean.
That's pretty impressive to be able to cut their head off.
Wow.
Whoa. Oh, okay, we got some cool boys that we're probably going to see 10, 15 years later.
Right.
Shit.
Very clean. Not quite the same cut.
What? Oh, this is just the psychological, Fear is the mind killer, come on.
But a decent part of the storyteller dying in that way was because he also met his death without fear.
Whoa. Fascinating. Oh. Jeez.
I imagine that would help.
But you can't be thinking about that as an executioner.
Oh, sure.
Does this person I'm about to kill deserve to die? I don't think they do. Screening and choosing. Ooh. Okay. Which is why we covered your eyes, yep. What's a Shogun?
連続放火魔に決まる殺人同士気度習慣世間を騒がせた凶悪犯ばかり
Alright.
不老不死の薬戦薬を持ち帰ること成し遂げたる者には無罪放免を約束する
Oh, look at the big. You see the big guy in the back?
あれがあれまた殺したい放題だね
足立又五郎
Adachi.
Of course it'd be an Adachi.
Oh, I see potential
purple
cool
hair.
girl with purple hair. Yeah.
Yep.
From the opening. Yeah. Wait a minute.
ガランのガビ丸
Hmm?
髪の色と背格好でピンときた
Huh?
私らの世界じゃ超有名人だしねがっかり
Ugh, a
噂は
fan.
全然チビだしみすぼらしいしチビだし
Chibi.
僕は縄についてるしこの男も他の罪人と同じいや噂通りそれ以上の極悪人なのか
Hmm. Cool. Truth reflected in the blade. Yeah. Hmm.
面紙を取れ罪人ども
Oh. Wait.
Oh. Guess they just weren't supposed to see how they got here.
I. Whoa. Whoa.
彼は先日の上陸調査で唯一生還した与力だ
Mm-hmm.
帰還した折体中
Oh, that happened.
Shit.
翌日
Oh.
No, no. Uh-uh.
No, thank you. He's still alive.
What?
情報源がこれでは手がかりもない良いではないか
You were gonna die anyways.
なんとも神秘的でありがと
You'd be close to the
Bullshit.
divine.
う本来死罪である諸君らに
What? Crying?
は愚か浄土にわたる機会まで与えるのだご講義の深い恩情がわからんの
What?
Also, the last time we did this and they rioted, we slaughtered them all, so...
何もわからねえ島なんだろ
Not
う
really.
薬がなかったらどうすんだ
そうだそう
Good question.
参加は任意だなら俺はごめんだ
Yeah, I'll keep the flowers as tattoos on my ass and my shoulders.
Yep. Uh-huh. You guys are all on death row, remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
上陸に際し貴様らに同行者をつける
Mm, okay.
同行
The Gotai 10 here are...
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This Abarai Kenji looking ass guy here. Hi.
勝手な動きを見せればその場で打ち首にし
define act out, please.
歯向かえばそこのと同じ目に遭うぞ無論
ほほほ
同行者を恋にあるいは
Oh,
Nice.
Keep them alive too. Oh, this is cool.
ああすまんがもう一つ上陸する前に人数を絞ってほしい船の定員も浅右衛門の数も限られている
Ah.
な
So,
ので今から人数を絞って
Tetatu
もら
is
いたい
big.
つまりあれだろ
Already getting started.
ザコを削るってことだおめえ殺し合えってことだよ
Oh.
Just starting. Oh,
Yeah, so some of these people are just regular humans that just
Right.
became serial killers. They'll die to a rock, you know?
excuse me, sir. If the ones that go to the island are already beaten half to death, that's fine.
Yeah. Again, they've done this many times before.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Ugh.
Okay.
バカとのめこんなやり方に何の意味がある全員が使えなくなって終わりだ
I like that he's acknowledging this, though.
Right. Wait, red seals. Huh?
罪人たちの中
Oh, we had a few of them that were...
Okay.
例えばあの男若いダテラに大盗賊を率いあの女は昨年の詐欺輪城侵入騒動の下手人城内の家臣を
Kunoichi. Oh. Yeah. It's our giant, yep.
天竜や八州無双と呼ばれた大剣豪
Oh wait, no, this is the giant.
This dude's just real heckin' big.
Eating bears head first!
Oh my god.
He's just sleeping!
He's like One Piece sized.
He's just kind of sitting there.
エーゼン殿
Azen. Okay. The difference between execute and kill.
Okay, then.
武家の娘なら屋敷で静かに暮らせばいい。首切り役人の強盗は無縁に。
お言葉ですが、エーゼン殿。できることならそうしていたでしょう。人体を用いた試し切りの他に、斬首刑、死体から作る丸薬、山田家に生まれたなら、人の死を糧にしているのと同じこと。
Oh. Oh.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I was attributed for doing these things even if I had nothing to do with it.
Damage.
But the truth stares at you right in the face. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
You should have done that before killing.
Oh.
I don't have to worry about if they suffer.
Whoa. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Just 1, 2, 3.
Quick and clean.
They didn't have a sword, and she did.
人を殺して平気なわけあるか。別の選び方を考えてくれんか。
Huh? He was just suddenly there, like.
こんなことさせられたらたまらんよ。
Oh.
I choose to civilly disobey.
Huh. Ah, yada yada.
通じんな。
こいつを殺せば即上陸組にしてやる。
え？
マジかよ。そこ動くんじゃねえぞ。
いやいや。
Yeah, hold up. I'm sorry, but.
それで生き残れんならむしろ願ったりかなったりや。
Don't dodge that.
I was waiting for it to just break on his face.
Yeah.
殺すか。殺しに来るなら殺すよ。
Nice. Just very simple.
Right.
Like,
Purely conditional.
yep.
仕方ない。
That's so intimidating. Just somebody like, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
I don't
want
want to do this, but you know.
Yep. Yep. Oh.
I mean,
Yep.
I don't think you needed to kill them necessarily.
Ah!
Hey, so how many are we supposed to kill exactly? With the hair flip.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I really don't think it is.
なんと無残な殺し方を。
綺麗にやれば恨まれない。
私に必要だったのは殺しを恐れぬ強さではなく、その恐れを殺した命を背負う。
Oh.
Okay.
さぎり、大丈夫か。そこまでだ。
Oh.
人ども、貴様らを上陸。
Shogun has said this scared the piss out of him, so
Right.
we're now doing this.
諸君らにはそれぞれ1名ずつ。
Cool.
山田家の門弟。
So
10 of us, 10 of them.
20 key characters.
Right.
That's a lot to just
Yeah.
kick things off.
案ずることはない。行き先は極楽浄土、常世の国。貴 険はない。
There was never a greater lie given.
Sir, you literally just showed us the evidence of the danger, sir. I'm not sure what the point of that was.
All right, we
Okay.
had ourselves a episode basically entirely within this little like tented kind of area here where the Shogun puts on like the dumbest just idea of, hey, you know what? We have a bunch of people here
Just
and
fucking-
I like entertainment, so why don't you guys just kill each other?
Yeah.
And this wasn't even something of like, we're going to see if the strong ones that actually have, you know, colored hair and like,
Right.
you know,
the ones that we've pre-marked on this sheet, which if
yeah.
that's the case, you could just send them.
just send
on
them
the
to
mission.
begin with.
But
I guess they were like, no, the Shogun wants to do it this way, and they were going to have the monitors go with one to begin with. So
yeah, just have the monitors take a pick. Like you can
Yeah,
just do it
yeah.
in drafting process. Like,
yeah. So the idea of like, hey, the other group, they had like a thing where they played marbles, you know?
Right.
And you guys just started killing each other. I mean,
Shogun's,
you know what?
Shogun's
That's-
down for it, so like, you know,
Why not?
You do your thing, but like,
I like that there was never really any worry that the Yamada clan members were like, if they organize and try to like fight us,
it's like no, they're
this is what
fucked.
we'll do.
We have
And-
swords, they don't. We really know how to use them.
Right. And I like that kind of separates Gabimaru even more, given that some of these people
Yes.
are superhuman. They were not worried about any of them doing anything here.
Right. It's yeah, because one of the side effects of having as crazy of a badass introduction as Gabimaru had, where it's
Yeah.
like laughably badass, right?
Yeah.
Is that then okay? Where do the stakes come from? Because
Yes.
clearly it's not going to be from whether or not Gabimaru is going to be, you know, survive or be okay
Right.
in some hairy straits or whatever. No.
No.
So it's going to be about all the other characters. Cool. And from what we've seen, at least, they do not have that same kind of I can get sliced with a sword and be just fine. They might be badasses in their own right,
In different ways, yeah.
but, you know, you're a bunch of unarmed people dealing with a bunch of mostly not superpowered unarmed people.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
hey,
there's a very
you end
real
up being okay.
possibility that the Yamada are themselves already just faster and stronger through their
Sure.
own kind of stuff there.
Yep.
But yeah, there was never any question about whether or not they were going to be like, well, let's try and get out right here.
Yeah, this was
we could
kind of-
hold the Shogun hostage and do something here.
Right.
No, never really an issue. So the Yamada clan threat was enough
Mm-hmm.
to basically have all of them go, fine, we'll just deal with this. We
Right.
had our own crazed bandit leader who's like, fine, I'll just start killing.
Yeah,
This is great.
All right, cool.
No
You know,
problem.
that's what I'm used to doing anyways.
And then they were all contrasted again with the internal conflict going on with Sagari and Gabimaru. The idea that both of them do not want to kill. And in this world where the Yamada clan are specifically like, oh,
Yeah.
we are executioners. That's what we do.
Right.
We are the kinds of people that basically get brought in specifically to make sure that if someone needs to die, they will die when they get killed. So you
Yes.
know what? That's
That
why we're
indeed will
here.
happen.
So the idea that Sagari is constantly being questioned of, you know, you're in the wrong career, basically, makes a lot of sense.
Sure,
because
who would want to be an executioner by trade? you
well,
know?
no. The idea that like there's probably a lot of honor specifically in doing that, but it's
Sure.
if you haven't resolved your issues with killing people, you will go crazy eventually. Like this is not gonna do well on you mentally.
And-
someone has to do this job, and we've resolved internally our own humanity's issue with the fact that we're killing people.
Right.
You haven't clearly. So
There was definitely that undertone of like, well, it's because you're a woman, and so you know you struggle with this thing. I like to think of it that it's maybe more just that she was not originally raised with that vocation in mind.
Well,
and
there's-
so maybe she missed out on some of the indoctrination of like this is a respectable
No,
thing.
totally.
you
But we
know?
also literally brought up, like, in this episode about how the women of this area are basically being brought, or that was in the previous episode, brought up basically just to be child rearing, and
Right.
the men just to be soldiers.
Yep.
So like we're dealing in old time kind of mindsets with regards to men and women.
Right.
So that makes sense. But having then the conflict be not about whether or not she's capable of murdering or killing,
because clearly she is.
absolutely is, but it's
Yeah.
something of, when I then look back at my own blade, I then see nightmares. I see horror. I see fear. I become afraid.
Right.
And I like the idea that the blade itself is just an extension of your will. Like, the blade is just another way of looking at your own soul in that respect. And so she's looking at her own internal self and going, I don't like who I am or who I'm becoming. I'm rejecting myself, like what I'm doing here. And Gabimaru rejects the environment telling him that you must kill. He's like, I did this.
Recently had a big change of heart. And so
I basically left the village thinking that I would be able to abandon this life.
Right.
And then people basically came at me and said, no, you're not allowed to abandon this life. And now I'm here.
Right.
But, oh, wait, if I go through this here, nothing in this is saying I need to go and slaughter a whole bunch of criminals.
Right.
You just said I need to go to an island, get an elixir, and bring it back.
Even though after, originally it was just the one dude that ran at you, Gabimaru, and so, okay, you kill him. And then I'm pretty sure before the other guys started going after you, you jump in and start killing them too. Like, there's a level of over-the-topness with this show it's pretty extra. Like,
it is pretty extra, yeah.
Like, and I'm sure they're going to do all kinds of cool things with that, especially as they go into the Death Island, with their executioner best bud, right? And it's try
not to die.
Try not to die. Make sure that your executioner doesn't die. That's
my favorite thing.
That was my favorite thing introduced in this episode, where it's cool. You will have a effectively bonded companion, right?
And if you do not
share
back
the same
with
fate,
them, you will not leave that island.
Right. Now, they're badass enough that they shouldn't die, right? Like, I am very confident in their ability to keep themselves safe, right?
Sure.
But that's a fun little mechanic. And
well, it's a strong way to actually bring stakes into the story because, again, Gabimaru's not going to die.
Right.
That's not this kind of story.
Right.
What they are saying, though, is that death happens all around you. To reject its existence is to deny reality. Sagari had grown up in a clan that profited off the death of others.
Yep.
She cannot go forth and just live in this clan, basically, and say, I'm going to just pretend like it doesn't exist, live quietly in my gilded castle and gilded cage, and go, you know what? I'm just going to happily, just blissfully ignore all of that. She's like, no, I'm going to do the harder part. And I'm going to stare at the horror that my clan does, and I'm going to be an active part in it to basically judge it almost in some ways.
Right.
Like I will then not profit off of it without carrying some of the burden myself. In some ways that is pride, but in some ways it's also the good kind of pride where it says, okay,
holding yourself to a high standard.
I will hold myself to a high standard, and I will not turn a blind eye to the darkness, the fear, the horrors of the world and stuff just because it's unsightly. Or like just because people say, oh, women should not look at this side of things. This is the ugly world of men. And that feels thematically relevant and in line and parallel with Gabimaru basically having the whole storyline with his wife, who basically loved the fact that he didn't turn away from the ugly side of her, that he actually accepted that. And that's been his character, is that in a lot of ways his agency was taken away at such a young age. He's had no choice but to accept it. He's so completely accepted it that his big act of agency was to eventually reject that world. And so that's kind of a fun thing that these two characters will have to just balance out as they get to know each other more.
Yep.
And hopefully that's something that they do actually really get to know each other a lot through this journey.
I hope so.
Because otherwise the show is relatively shallow at this point with regards to the actual content. But we are definitely in that. We haven't even executed the main story yet. We are still in setting up the premise of going to the island.
Right. And now they are officially going to the island, so that will kind of be where the story starts.
We're on the boat. We're actually here. The beaches are right ahead.
But for the most part, this episode was basically a gore fest.
Yeah, it was a gore fest and a setup for things there to just show how serious things were.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You got an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us, the community there, about this show, about anime in general. Also, be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.